Okay, well, I'll say thank you again for coming out here to the Galena Center for the Arts Songwriter Showcase. We've been doing this since 2014. So, is that right? Anyway, thanks for coming. Hope you enjoy the show. Our first artist drove all the way up from Peoria. And it sounds like he makes the trip quite frequently. I know a few people that go back and forth to Peoria, but anyway, I don't have him turned on, but I will in a minute. Jim Burnham, everybody. Do it, Charlie. Sandy.
All right. So my name is, like I said, Jim Burnham. I am from the Peoria area. I'm actually from Tremont, Illinois. I grew up in Riverside, Illinois, which is outside Chicago. And I've been, this is kind of a hobby for me, this songwriting thing. I've been kind of doing it since I was 14, when I picked up my first guitar. It was we actually got an organ. They had an organ demonstration at school, and I said to my mom, I really want to learn how to play the organ, and she's like, okay, but we'll rent this organ for you if you take piano lessons. So I was like, okay, I'll take piano lessons. So I did the organ thing. I took piano lessons for a while, and I hated piano. And so they recommended guitar. And I took my first guitar on, and I never looked back. So what you're going to hear tonight is 11 originals. The first one I'm going to sing is the very first song I ever wrote. It's awful. I wrote it when I was 14 years old. I was very proud of it at the time. And this is called Animal Crackers. So you were looking for people to talk to, so you feel you got nothing to gain, so you feel lost and lonely inside you, so what you're no different, everybody's the same. I got some bills, I have no credit, I go to the track and lose just the same. My plumbing's corroded, my janitor's busy, my barbecue grill is out in the rain. I got ducks in my backyard, birds in my flue, I play myself tennis when there's nothing to do. Cheat on my taxes, I water the grass. It's not my dang fault, you're a pain in my animal cracker. I'll bite the heads off you. Animal crackers, no nutrition value. Okay, so remember I wrote this when I was 14. And we're gonna get this one out of the way. The FBI's watching my every move. I didn't do nothing, but that's hard to prove. I don't mind them with one exception. The helicopters ruining my TV reception. I bugs in my lawn, mice in my house. They get into the liquor and they really get soused. They raided my fridge, they broken the glass. If you don't believe me, you can kiss my fat animal cracker. Bite the heads off you. Animal cracker, no nutritional value. Called on the doctor and he told me the truth. He gave me the bill and then some relief. I have to sell my house, all I can give. Here's the ending, but I don't have to worry. I have 1 month to live. All right, so sorry. That get a little dark at the end there, but that was my 14-year-old angst. So, like I said, I've been playing for about 40 years. And as you can tell, off and on. I've never played this many songs in a row, and I really enjoy having the chance to do this. I've played in bars before, and I've played in loud bars where they weren't really there to see me, they were there to talk. So it's nice to have a nice embracive audience here. And people I know, and it helps. Trust me. So I wrote a song a long time ago that I put away for a while because I didn't like the words to it. And then I got married. I had a son, and his name was Daniel, and I played the standards, Daniel by Elton John, and I played Danny's song and Danny Boy and all that. So I used to play a lot of covers. But I was like, well, I had to get back to what I used to do and is write my own stuff. So I took that song that I didn't like very well, and you're going to hear the rewrite of that later. And I rewrote it for my daughter, who was born 364 days later. So on Labor Day weekend, or all weekends. I had 2 children born on Labor Day weekend. So this is Fly Away, and this is a finger pick. So we're going to have to pump up Fly Away. I wonder where you're going. I wonder where you're going. Would you fly away? Fly, fly, and would you say you'd fly away? Fly, fly, fly. I wonder where you're going. I wonder where you're going. Would you leave today? Fly, fly, and would you land a miles away? Fly, fly, fly. Wouldn't you say that you'd miss this place and all the memories you talk about? Follow your dreams to where who knows, like a butterfly you follow down the road. Would you fly away? Would you fly away? would you fly away? Thank you. So I've got a lot done in the last week. I've been renovating 2 houses. Designed the electric in one house, came up here and we demoed another room in another house, and I hit my head with the car door last night, and what else? Created a superconductor at room temperature, did that. I moved my daughter into her dorm for last year in nursing school in Peoria. And I have to say that the hardest thing that I had to do this week was move my daughter into her dorm. And I knew I was going to do that. So anyway, that song was for them. So there's a story arc here in these songs, and I put them in order on purpose. I wanted, they kind of flowed from being a kid to having a kid, and growing up and finding your way, and falling in love, losing love, being challenged, not having any direction, losing everything, finding hope, living, and finally facing the end. You're going to hear all of that in all these songs. The next song is actually being about on that journey. And it's probably my most metaphorical song, so I'm not going to explain it. You can make your own decision about what it's all about. This one is called Solid Ground. After midnight's falling, I reached the solid ground. After quarter phases, the moon is all around. So I look to the sky, but I see solid ground. I fly with the birds, I swim with the tide, but I never die. After 100 miles, the pattern soon was painted. I slept under rain and thunder, a higher battle rages. So I look to the sky, but I see solid ground. But I'll never die. After a million ages, the tidal force grows stronger. The land between tides requested that I wait no longer. But I see solid ground. I fly with the birds, I swim with the tide, but I'll never die. Oh, I look to the sky, but I see solid ground. I fly with the birds, I swim with the tide, but I never die. Oh, I look to the sky, but I see solid ground. I fly with the birds, I swim with the tide, but I never die. Oh, I love with the sky, I feel with my eyes, and the solid ground. And to my surprise, I melt with the eyes, but I never die. Thank you. Great car with the door. Oh, Charlie. Oh. Want me to wait, Charlie? All right, so the next song I wrote, I finished it, and then I was like, boy, would this sound good being a quartet, like a barbershop quartet. And whenever I sing this song now, I always think of it being sung by a four-part harmony, and I can't get that out of my head. So if anybody knows anybody who's in a barbershop quartet who'd like a song to sing, I would love to get it over to them and hear this actually done by a quartet. But anyway, this one is called The Photograph. I found a photograph of you, moonlit on the shore. I remember it was autumn, but you probably have forgotten. This photograph I found of you hints back all the years. On pyramids we climb to spend our borrowed time. This photograph I found of you tries to make me want to change. The day I had to leave you behind, I had to go my way. You probably thought that I'd change my mind if I chose to stay another day. I found a photograph of you. The colors all but faded. The reds and greens are gone, but the blues have stuck around. This photograph I found of you, I never can get rid of. It always finds a way to find me every day. This photograph I found of you tries to make me want to change. The day I had to leave you behind, I had to go my way. You probably thought that I'd change my mind if I chose to stay another day. This photograph I found of you tries to make me want to change. The day I had to leave you behind, I had to go away. You probably thought that I'd change my mind if I chose to stay. Hey. This photograph I found of you tries to make me want to change. The day I had to leave you behind, I had to go my way. You probably thought that I'd change my mind. I always knew that I'd change my mind if I heard you say, stay just one more day. So, we're on to finding love and celebrating love, and being happy with what we have. But finding love is sometimes the hard part, right? So this is the song that I wrote in high school. That I actually played this in high school, and that I put away for a long time because of the very first verse, and it went like this. Would you rather sail on gossamer and fly above the stars where angels stir them and be with me? And I thought about that. It sounded good to my 16-year-old head. And I read it over and over in my head, and I was like, well, what am I actually saying? I'm saying, would you rather die than be with me? And I was like, well, I'm going to have to rewrite this sometime later down the road. And I did. I rewrote it into Fly Away, but I did take the original song And this is called a melody, and it is a gift. Would you rather be alone and face the cold nights on your own than be with me? And would you be a different person if I told you that I loved you more than anyone? This much is true. And if today you had the chance to find a love and hold a man who cares for you, what would you do? Wandering helplessly through the nights, wondering if I'll ever find a loving you to hold me to. Would you rather be alone, face the cold nights on your own, and be with me? What could it be? My dream is hidden in your eyes, and for a moment I realize in a while yet you could forget. And so from the heart I give to you a song that is a present to a melody sung by me. Thank you. Oh, I got a whistle. All right. So this is a story. This is actually the next song. Let me take a drink. Whew. This is the shortest song in my list, but I'm going to append a story onto this song. And this is the story about why I deleted Tinder. So back while I was divorced and bored, I guess, is that why people join Tinder? I matched, and you never know who's swiping right on everybody, but I matched on this woman in another city, far away. She was an attractive Hispanic woman, so that was like a bucket list off, check off the bucket list, and she also drove a forklift, which was another check off the bucket list. So I was like, okay, so we decided to meet one Friday, and she lived 100 miles away, so I started driving out there, and I got halfway, and she canceled our date, said her ex-husband couldn't watch her kids, so I had to turn around and come back home. But I was on my way to Michigan for a week, and I said, well, okay, we'll keep in touch, and maybe we'll meet after I get back from Michigan. And so she's like, yeah, that's cool, we can do that. So we did chat text-wise for the week, and on it was like July 3rd, I think, the last time I texted her. It was like, I'm on my way back Saturday, let's meet Saturday. I can drive out there. It's just as far to drive as it is to drive home, so I'll just go through Chicago and I'll meet you. So she's like, cool, text me when you leave. So I'm going to start the song here. This is called The Song. There's another half to the story, by the way. The love I lost, you found it and wrote a song about it. Erase the fear that filled it. And when you sang that song, you killed it. Oh yeah, you killed it. Okay, I'm gonna try to say the rest of this song while I'm picking. This is hard. So, I was on my way back down Michigan, and I texted her, like, on my way back down, I'll be there like 8 o'clock at night. And I didn't hear back from her. No text. And that wasn't like her. She usually got back to me right away. So I was like, okay, she probably didn't get my text. So halfway down the state, I texted her again. You know, I'm halfway down Michigan, and once I get to Chicago, I gotta make a decision. Now, if I don't hear from you, I'm gonna head back home. I didn't hear from her. So I get to Chicago, where I get to my little crossroads. And I was like, this is it. If I don't hear from you in the next 10 minutes, I'm headed home. Well, I didn't hear from her. And this is the last I heard from her. So, thinking that she ghosted me, which is all right, that's all right. You want to ghost me, that's fine. I don't care. But it was weird. I thought it was really weird. Because she always got back to me right away. And I think she would have been honest if she didn't want to meet again. So, I'm going to stop picking. 2 months later, I was like, you know what? I got to find out. I'm really curious. And her name was, I'm changing names to protect the innocent. Her name was Camilla with 2 M's. All right. And she was an interesting name. And I knew her first name, I knew her last name, and knew the city she lived in. So I was like, well, what if I do a search online for her name, her last name, and her city? And this is the very first article that came up of her mugshot. Police were called after a vehicle was reportedly hit by gunfire in City 1 Thursday night. This was July 4th. This was the day after I last texted her. According to the statement from City 3, there are 3 cities involved here. City 3, someone in a tan 2003 Chevy Impala fired at a vehicle. The 2 vehicles were following each other from City 2 into City 3 across the interstate. According to the city's statement, the Chevy was intentionally trying to strike the state police and city police department squad cars. Now, guess who was driving this car? Camilla. In the downtown area, a state trooper made intentional contact with the fleeing vehicle, pit maneuver, in the 1800 block of Main Street, which is near the convention center. That contact caused the Chevy Impala to spin, and the driver was heading the wrong way down Main Street where it stopped. Police found a handgun inside the Chevy Impala and arrested the 2 people inside. And it turned out to be her ex-husband. All my life, oh, waiting patiently for a sign to return to the living and escape that darkness inside. That song you sang, with that song you sang, and when you sang that You killed it. So the story didn't end there. I knew that they'd probably taken her phone, so I texted her, knowing that she would probably not get it until she got out of jail. And I said, I guess I know why you didn't respond to my text. You were in jail, LOL. I had to add the LOL. So, we're on to having to make a difficult choice and being tested in your life. And this was a trip to Colorado where I was tested. I'm not going to say how, but I passed, I believe. I never knew how I would be tested, but I was. So this is called Colorado. Caution ahead on that dark road that we tread. And if I never see her again, I try to smile. In Colorado, pure sunlight on the snow. Like thorn is buried in my soul. Couple days is not enough to tell. I never lost myself, it's just as well. And as the fading sunlight falls below, another day and then I have to go. Caution ahead on that dark road that we tread. And if I never see her again, I try to smile and imagine dark clouds passing overhead. I'll wait for skies to clear and the sun to break through. Her words weigh on my head. She said, I know you can't, but you know you want to. Colorado, in Colorado, pure sunlight on the rain, like a drug gets buried in my brain. Couple days is not enough at all. But it's okay, I'm not too high to fall. If I left my heart for them to sell, I might buy my ticket out of hell. Caution ahead on that dark road that we tread. And if I never see you again, I try to smile. Caution ahead on that dark road that we tread. But in the end she said, you'll come home again. You'll come home again. You'll come home again to Colorado. To Colorado. I did go back to Colorado. Whew. And now where do you go from there, right? You don't go anywhere because you got nowhere to run. Sits on the highway with nowhere to run till the sun passes over the last town he came from. Still being chased by the dreams he gave in to the pressure that was all in his mind. Down on the platform he watched the sun fall. Long shadows pointing to the writing on the wall. It tells him there's no turning back, cause your past was a dream where your hopes and your wishes were real. What's the use of trying when there's nothing you can win? Everyone's a liar and everything's a sin. Just give me satisfaction, I don't ask for much, but I can't stay here forever, but there's nowhere else to run. What's the use of trying when there's nothing you can win? Everyone's a liar and everything's a sin. Just give me satisfaction, I don't ask for much, but I can't stay here forever, but there's nowhere else to run. He bounds on the walls till his frustration fades. There's no turning back, he must be on his way. The ticket only goes so far, you paid it with your fear. Well, I don't think you're gonna make it out of here. What's the use of trying when there's nothing you can win? Everyone's a liar and everything's a sin. Just give me satisfaction, I don't ask for much, but I can't stay here forever, but there's nowhere else to run. What's the use of crying when no one hears your pain? Running all your lifetime, the song remains the same. 4,000 miles and you're back where you came from, and there's nowhere else, nowhere else, nowhere else to run. Whew. All right, I'm going to whip the capo out now. Capo or capo? I don't know. Anybody know? It's a capo. All right, this is the only blues song I have. So now we've hit bottom, all right? And we're in a bar, and it's loud. And some people like to keep it loud. So that's why this is called Loud. I sat tanked upon a stool in a Nowhereville bar. I felt it all coming down like stones thrown from heaven. Like lightning flashed across the hill that I came over. Thunder crashing on the cloud where I come from. Bartender, why don't you fill another glass? I don't think anyone is going home tonight. Keep the music loud, that way we won't hear the ringing in my head. I saw the sky fall down and lay me out, watch me fall. All I have in this world, I'm wearing it right now. So keep the music loud, keep the music loud. Keep the music loud, keep the music loud. Keep the music loud, keep the music loud, keep the music loud, keep the music loud. If I say what's on my mind, tell me, man, will you understand? Tell you now, I've heard it all before. It's like my world is gone, I rolled the dice, lost it all. All I have in this world, I'm wearing it right now, right now. So keep the music loud, 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 keep the music loud. Woo. All right. So we've hit bottom now, right? And now we found hope. Now, this song comes with a lot of emotion because I wrote this song originally for a friend who had an issue with alcoholism out east and homelessness. And after I finished this song, an aunt had come down with dementia and Alzheimer's, and she died eventually. And then I had another aunt, and a few other people we lost in that time, and especially Deb's father last year. And so this was a hard song for me to sing. And one of my friends also lost a daughter to fentanyl over addiction. So this was a song that was hard to sing for me for a long time. I even asked if anybody knows who Peter Mulvey is. I sent him an email like, I'd really like to hear someone else sing this song because I just can't listen to it. I can't get through it. He's a really busy singer, really talented musician. If you see him, Peter Mulvey, go see him. Just a virtuoso on the guitar. He sent me a recording the next day, but he added a caveat. He said, you have to sing this yourself. I insist that you sing this yourself. And so I'm going to sing this for you tonight. This is called When All Hope Is Found. I kind of played with the idea of all hope is lost. When people say that all hope is lost. It's like, well, what happens when all hope is found? Take the cable. found you crying to yourself. No yellow sun, no snow white clouds, and the problem is always someone else. Are we ready to do this now? And would you reach deep inside and find the strength to carry on? And float to my arms like a leaf falls to the ground. Found you slowly losing faith, afraid that you would not return. So are you tired of carrying that weight? Do you want to put it down? Reach deep inside, find the strength to carry on. Float to my arms like a leaf falls to the ground, and I'll be there to carry you. When all hope is found, you find your light, survive the night. When all hope is found, once you believe, you can breathe. When all hope is found. Inside, find the strength to carry on, and float to my arms like a leaf that falls to the ground. Once you believe, you can breathe, and I'll be there. When all hope is found, I'll be there to carry you. Be there to carry you. I'll be there to carry you. When all hope is found, when all hope is found. Hey. So now, this is the last song. Am I running into my? Oh, good. This is the last song. So this was written. Also, this was written. I actually wrote it because I was reading the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, and I wanted to write a song that kind of followed that epic poem. And if you've ever read the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, he kills an albatross in the middle of, he was in the doldrums in his ship, and he thought this albatross that was flying around the boat was bad luck, so he shot the albatross, and that's where you get, he had to wear it around his neck as penance, and that's where you get wearing albatross around one's neck. But it became more of a song. I found parallels with what I experienced with my relatives who had dementia and Alzheimer's. And if you hear the song, you kind of are in the journey of someone in that state, where they're kind of in their own mind, they're kind of lost, they want to get back, they can't get back, and they keep asking questions of when are they going to get back. And so this is called The Storm. Captain, can you tell me how long the storm will last? I see the mast is bending in the wind. Hold on. I sing this too low. Back with the capo. Let's go. Captain, can you tell me when the storm will last? I think the mast is bending in the wind. We only left a month ago from home. I know there's better places to be in. Captain, did I see a bird, or was it something else I heard? The anchor's down, but we're drifting out to sea. Will I see my home again, and the family tell me when? No, why did I go out to sea? Captain, can you tell me when this storm will end? I'm seeing things that aren't really there. I see strangers in my sleep, creatures living dark and deep. The storm has passed, I feel it in the air. Time has stopped, the wind is gone, nothing more to sail upon. A painted ship on a painted sea. Will I see my home of friends? Have we reached the very end? Oh, why did I go? Why did I go? Why did I go out to sea? In the end I see a light. The winner's here to claim the prize. There's beauty in the tempest, beyond the rain and rock and boat. I hope that I have time to take the high road. Up ahead I see that light, and if I'm strong enough to fight, I'll make it to the very end. Then I'll be back home again. Thank you very much for coming out here. Thanks, Lenny. And our next band coming up.
Thank you, Jim Burnham. Yeah, nice job. We'll give him a minute to get his stuff out of the way, and we'll get these other guys up here.